Hello, 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 chat. Just I'm going to paste the link in the Discord server. After that, we will start the revision of today. Hello, hello, hello. Fine. Hello everyone. Today is my day 41 of my C++ DSA journey. In today's stream, we will revisit some problems. After that, we will try some new problems based on strings. And in today's video, what I will be doing, like according to the roadmap, we will solve two new problems today. Okay, like according to the roadmap, it is said that we should solve two new problems, but we will see. We will go with the flow. If time will allow, we can try three new problems. But according to the time, if I see the time, now I think I have started the stream a little bit late today. So what we will do first, I will revisit to like in the revisits that we have to do. There are three revisits of three problems that we have to do. Okay, but they we have to do revisits of three problems. Okay, but first we will revisit first two problems. After that, we will revisit the third problem, like this sum of two integers. Afterwards, we have solved the two new problems of today, which will be based on strings. Okay. Hello, man. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Mm, so first, we will revisit this problem. Name is valid palindrome, and how I will revisit the problems. Like I will not be revisiting the problem just like writing the code of it. We will understand it like because there is not so many things that we have to write in the code, right? So it will be not beneficial. The beneficial thing will be that we should focus on new problems, but it will be marked as revisited because we know how the functions are working and how the if else conditions will be working, right? So the problem name is valid palindrome. Um, and yeah, today I also installed ChatGPT on my laptop and have logged in my account, which I use for the things. Okay. And I've understood about strings in a good way. I think from tomorrow, if I compare to tomorrow, like yesterday, sorry. So from yesterday, if I compare that, today I have understood the strings in a very good way. Okay. For all of you, I have like created this, like taken this chart from ChatGPT to explain like the string is not that much varies from vectors. The functions are almost same, just their names are a little bit different. And use grok. Um, I have been using ChatGPT from a very long time. So, like I am comfortable in using ChatGPT. And I have already given some custom instructions to it. And it feels also feels easy to understand his language. Mm, okay. So first, what we have to do in this problem, the problem is given a phrase as a palindrome if converting all uppercase letters into a lowercase. Okay, means converting all uppercase letters like capital A to small a and removing all alphanumeric characters. Means alphanumeric means the characters which are not alphabet or numbers. It reads the same forward and backward. If we read it from forward or if we try to read it backwards, it will be read the same. Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. Okay. We have given a string. We have to return true if it's a palindrome, or otherwise we will return false. Okay. So how we will do that? Okay. So here we have created a function like this is the function. Okay. Inside this, we have taken two pointers. Zero starting from the zeroth index, right? And is starting from the last index, that is a given here. So while start is less than equals end, okay, we will compare those values till start is less than end. Okay, and here we are checking for a function if not alphanumeric, start plus plus and end minus minus. So what we are doing here is, like, if you see that, okay, first before that I have converted all the characters present in the input into lowercase, okay, because it was given in the condition that we have to convert all the uppercase letters into lowercase letters, right? So here I'm using a function like to check if it's to remove all the extra characters which are not alphabet or numbers, right? We are returning if character is in between capital small a to small z, and in between capital A to capital Z, or maybe it is between 0 to 9, right? So it covers the whole alphabet and numbers range. Okay, and here we start taken start and end. While start is less than end is alphanumeric. Okay, if it's not alphanumeric, we will skip that. Um, okay, we will skip that, and if end pointer value is not alphanumeric, then we will increase the counter of end, okay, backwards. And else if start is equals to end, that means we have to do start plus plus and end minus minus, means both the alphabets are same, like when we check for each value again and again. And else we have written false if this is not true. Okay, if this is not giving true, like if it's not equals to the start is not equals to end, that means this is not a valid palindrome, like the words don't match. So it doesn't matter, right, after it, because then it will not be considered a valid palindrome. If you can see, this is written here. Okay, when we will check for it, uh, it will give true, because when we will do, see, here is given a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. So if we check for it, you can see a man, a plan, canal, Panama. Okay, and we are ignoring extra characters like this or commas, or also ignoring spaces which are coming in between, right? And in the end, we are returning true if all the start and end pointers are equal, like till this point while start is less than end. Okay, scroll. Mhm. Oh, this looks very cool, man. Like the glow effect of the insect, right? In my hand, it feels. Hmm. This looks very good. Maybe I can put it into Canva and just add the days counter here, right? Like I'm on day 51 or day 52. Or maybe I put a LeetCode sticker somewhere, but it already shows that DSA grant is going on. Mm, Today I got to knew about a guy in my college group. He gave me a little bit of a surprise. Uh, okay, well, you are already on level 3, so maybe I can give you some XP on this, right? But I will give you less XP because I think this will not be considered a contribution, right? Because this is not your project, right? Like I think it doesn't aligns with your what the part, right? So, but even after that, we can give you. I can give you some XP. Slacks XP and okay. Let me see. So we will give you 25 XP on this. So, okay. Okay. So that's how we check about if it's a valid palindrome or not. Okay, by using these things. And we can also do this by using a function like I have when I started uh, learning about strings using ChatGPT. Okay, because in the lectures I have seen that in the lectures comment, like if I show you, other people are also not able to understand that what ma'am was explaining. Like ma'am was explaining the things in a very faster way and also skipping the dry runs of problems. Okay, stream. You're not in this. If I show you in the third lecture, okay, right, on this lecture, many students are feeling that like here you didn't explain, you just gave the code. This one was not like the other lectures. See, and he got like around 180 likes. So I think many of the people are facing the same issue. Maybe in this lecture, in the starting lectures of it, but no one has mentioned that he got stuck into lecture at 29, 28. But I felt that I also felt that like I felt that while the teacher has created the lectures in a very heavy way, like it could be more easily explained. Yeah. So there is a function for it also. Like its name is, I think its name was is alpha um num. It was something like this. But I think we will be using that in some other videos. Like she even didn't mention that we will have to use this header file in the code. Like I have also seen that when she did started writing the code, she didn't use this. So I think that was a little bit wrong way to study teach, right? Maybe this maybe things were not correct in these lectures. Maybe after this lecture, the other lectures will be good. I think it can happen in some of the lectures, right? So, but we have ChatGPT for that, so we will use it. So I think we can now mark the first problem as the very visited, right? And like in this case, what we are doing, we are skipping those values which are not alphabet and not numbers. We are excluding those values and just we are comparing those values, right? You can see we are comparing those values which are numbers or alphabets. This is just the case for it. Valid palindrome problem. And wait, should I think if I even not write it, maybe it will work because we are eventually converting it into okay. Oh, okay. This is calling that function. Okay, so we will have to use that. Um, mm, okay. this isn't feeling like a revisit, but when we will do the new problems of today, then it will be more, I will be explaining that in a more clear way and in a good way. First problem, revisit. Name was this. White string in the white color map. First problem, valid palindrome. Okay, so this problem is marked as revisited. Like there is a guy in my college who is currently on this topic. Like he's currently on. I think he's not following this playlist, but he's currently on this topic like BST. It's gone now. Yeah, I think he's currently okay. He has currently started BSTs, and after that, okay. Sorry, he said that he's just near to end the BST part. After that, he will start heaps, and he said that even after he has done these topics, but he haven't solved problems. Like the number of problems that he has solved is less than me. Like I am getting suspicious about him. Like why? Like how is that possible? Today I got to know about it in the group chat. So after this team, I will also go and ask about it from him, like how it is possible and how the things are in this way and how the things like this can be possible, right? So okay, the first revisit is done. Now we will start the second revisit of today without taking any break, and it was reverse integer. Like in this, strings will not be used. Just this is a problem of reversing integer. So and the code is also not that much hard level. So and in this, just there is a case that we have to check for overflow. If after reversing the value, if it overflows, then we have to return 0. Okay. If reverse value is less than int minimum, means it's more less than minus infinity. That's the maximum possible number, negative number in programming, right? And if reverse is more than int max, means the plus infinity means the maximum possible number in the positive side of programming, right? And we have taken reverse value as long to avoid overflow, and we are returning it after converting it into integer type. So what we are doing, we have to reverse an integer. Okay, we have given a 32 signed 32-bit integer x. We have to return x with its digits reverse. If reversing x causes the value to go outside the 32-bit integer range, okay, that's why we are returning 0 in these cases. Assume the environment does not allow you to store 64-bit integers, sign or unsigned. Like here's an example given. If x is 1 to 3, we have just reversed it, and in the reverse order we get 3 to 1. For minus 1 to 3, we get minus 3 to 1. Okay. So oh wait, 1 2 3. Oh. You know why 120 was converted to 2? But it should be 210, right? Why 0 is missing? Because for that, what we do, while x is not equals to 0, we are taking a digit is equals to x modulo with 10. It will give the last digit, like the last digit in the answer. Okay, because when we do when we divide 123 by 10, we will get 3 in the remainder, and it will be the digit. Okay, then reverse will be equals to reverse into 10 plus digit, means reverse is 0. So 0 into 10 plus digits mean first it will be 0 into 10 plus digit is 3. So 3 is stored in there, and after that x is divided by 10, and then it will be equals to there will be 12 left in that. Then we will again check digit is equals to x modulo with 10 means 12 modulo with 10. We get 2 in the remainder, right? So now we digit is 2. So 2 is stored in the digit. After that, reverse is equals to 3 into 10 plus digit. Why is that? Because before it, reverse have been become 3. Then we added this value to the result. But after that, we updated the result. Result is 3 after 0. So 3 into 10 means we shifted the place of 3 from 1 to 10s. Okay, like 3 shifted here, like 3 shifted to this point, and after that we plus 2 like the digit. So it became 32. Okay. But if we haven't added, like multiplied it with 10, then after that, if we added 2, then in that case, it will be equals to 5, right? So we just shifted the place of it from ones to tens. Okay. In terms of 10, we did that. And after that, x divided by 10, we get 2, right? So after that, we again divided that, and we in the end get 3 to 1 as this. Like we will do 32 into 10, that will be 320, plus 1, that will be the remainder of it. Then we are giving that, and in the end we already know that okay, x has now become 0, so we can't divide x further or take modulo of it with 10, right? And if it's less than minus infinity or more than plus infinity, that is minimum possible value, or that is less than minimum possible value or more than maximum possible value, right? So in the end we are returning reverse value in the form of integer, because here we did initialize it with long, but the function says that we have to return it in integer format. That's why we have done that. And in the end we are returning a reverse value. Today I am doing this in a fast way because of I want to focus on the strings part first. Like these problems, I think these problems will come later when we will, I think, understand more about bit manipulation or other things. Like in this, we have just used maths, but I was talking about this in a way like when we will solve the third problem. Sorry, revisit the third problem for that. So second revisit is done, I think, and we don't have to write the code for it because there is no thing that, like there is not an algorithm that we have to follow write for it, right? Like that we have to remember about, okay, there is will be a algorithm like binary search, or or maybe it can be Cardano algorithm, right? We haven't learned about so many algorithms till now. Just there are few algorithms that we know about that we can take a reference of. um, okay, now I will start the first new problem of today. Okay, that will be good, I think. I can revisit problem. After using ChatGPT, I'm feeling that okay, now I can also use it as a source if maybe on some problems I get stuck. So for that, I can use that in a good way. Even after I understand the things, like it is telling me about some things that the teacher was not telling about in a little detailed way. Okay, but teacher is also helping. So check it out when you are free. You grok. Okay. You're telling about grok for understanding these concepts, right? Or for creating a thumbnail. Remove all. Oh my. This man is sending 5 hours. LeetCode 0 to hero. So you are talking about to use Grok for creating these type of thumbnails, right? Oh man, see the detailing. Even if it has like changed a little bit of my weird or things, but we can see the reflection in the eyes, right? Like if you see the shadows or the reflections on my face of the light and like the positioning of the reflections, right? It feels very realistic. Or even if you see how the fingers are placed, like how the fingers are in this way, showing in this way, or even the style of the hairs, like yeah, Mhm. You are talking about using crop for creating thumbnails. Okay. And yeah, we will do this problem also valid anagram. Okay, first before that, we will solve this problem named as remove all occurrences. No. Okay. So we'll do this problem. Just there will be two lines of code that they will write for it. Okay. While start find. Okay. Wait. I was just trying to see the syntax of it, like how it will be written. While find part ABC, if it's not equals to okay string no position. RNG, no position. Right. While this is false, okay, while this is false, we will keep running the loop till that point. Like when we will not find that part in the okay here it will be part. The part will be, it can be ABC or any other thing. Okay. Now what we have here as fine. Part will be the part which we are finding for, and in the part it will the value will be already passed by the function, right? So we'll, I think we don't have to do that. And let's store, sorry, part dot length, right? Yeah, and length of the part, it will be clear. Just I'm writing the code for it. After that you will understand it, like how the things are working in this question. Okay, and then we are returning s. In the end we are returning string after deleting all the occurrences of ABC. Like in this case, we have to check if ABC have occurred, occurred in this, like if ABC is present in this, and we will remove that. After that, we will again check if ABC is again left our after removing. Then we will again remove ABC from that. Again and again, we will keep doing that until we remove all the part like in which ABC is present in this string. Okay. I can give you a dry run of it is also like on Palindrome. And what does this mean? This means that if it's equals to this, okay, like we are reading this, like if as dot find part till this is not equal to this, okay. If at any point the compiler read it as okay, this is equals to string no position, it means what the part we are searching for is not found in the string. Okay, then the loop will fail, and we will be out of the loop. Mm. Code is very smaller, but we can do the dry run of it. Oh, wait. Mm. Then array pencil. Now we will take that. Oh, like it's we see we have to find ABC in this. So part is ABC, right? Part we have to find for is equals to mm, oh man, it's A, B, and C. Yeah. Then first we will run that loop. Then we found the ABC at this point. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking good. So we will remove that. We will erase that from the this string. Okay, like this ABC part. And how we are doing that? Like why we are using this for that? Like when we found the part. Okay, we are checking for the index like from where it started. Okay, like it will give the starting index from where it is starting. Like it will start from this index, right? Like index number 2. So we will get to in this part, like from where we have to start in the erase part. We will erase from the starting of the part, and length is what is this length is doing? Length is giving the length of the part. Like length of the part will be what? See, we will have to start from the second value. Okay, second index, that is third value, and we will go part length will give 3 because there are 3 values, right? So we have to start from second index and go remove the values till 3, remove 3 values from that, counting that index also. So it will be in the erase function. We will get, after what will compiler read, compiler will get uh, erase 2 comma 3. 2 is the starting index of from which it is starting, and part is telling like the length of the part, and we have passed that also. Okay, from like where is from where it started, and it will be hmm, oh wait. Like in this we are passing the starting index of the part that we are searching for, and after that we are passing the length of it, like how many characters long it is. Okay, like how many characters long it is. So we are erasing that value by using this function. Okay, using this function, it will give the starting index of the part. Suppose in this case, it will give the starting index of ABC. Okay, and part length function is doing like it is giving the length of the part. Like if we have done like, okay, there is also we can find the length of s dot length, but in that case it will give the length of the whole thing, right? So it will be wrong. So because of that we are using the part length. Okay, and in this part it will ABC will come because part is equals to ABC. Okay. Like we can, this is the object. Okay, this is called an object. This is the function of it that we are calling, and this is the values that we are passing in it. Like these are the arguments, but in part dot length we don't use any arguments. Or in also erase, like erase will be read as that, like what we have told you about. Okay, at this point. And this is how the code is working. Compiler. Okay, because of this equals to sign, it have given compiler error because of this. Oh, error no matching function to find. What? Hmm. I don't know why it is marked as medium level. Like it should be in a easy level problem, right? It's accepted now. And the time complexity of this will be maybe it will be equals to log n, sorry, big of n. Stack string matching simulation. Big of n into n, big of n square. Mm, where I wrote the most optimized code for remove all occurrences problem. But even after we haven't wrote the most optimized, but okay, first case. So this is the most optimized approach. Result is back string. Okay. Part dot size. Result is substring result dot size. Okay. What's my code time complexity? Big of n square. Okay. Instead of repeatedly searching and erasing, you can use a stack-like approach, building the result string while checking suffix. Okay, it created a result string, and in the end, where it is returning a result. Int m is equals to part dot size means the number of characters present in the part, right? So it is giving for loop for every character of present in the string. Result dot push back character. Okay, in the result vector, it is pushing all the characters. Check if the end of the result matches part. So here we are checking result dot size is less more than or equals to m, and then result dot substring. Um, okay, so we will see that in the revisit, not now. Okay, we can keep that for it for the revisit, but this is the functions that we can use for it. Let me ask, is it because of the functions that I use for it? But the code looks very small, right? Compared to this, the code looks very small. But ChatGPT tried to explain me using this. So, but we will try to understand it using the another approach. I will discuss it with ChatGPT after the stream. Okay, so okay, this problem is marked as solved for today. Okay. Of a substring. Okay, we also have to explain the problem. Like, okay, first we remove that. After that, um, wait. First, I will copy this again and again and paste it so that we can do it. Like, check for it. Okay, let's ignore these for now. Okay, so here first we will remove the first where ABC has occurred. So we have removed ABC. Now in this case, what will happen in this part? Oh man, it is removing all the code. So okay, we can remove this, and instead of that, characters are somewhat smaller looking. So instead of that, okay. Now after removing this, what is left? If we see it is left that D. Okay, so D, we have left with D A B A, right? Uh, A A B C and B C. Then if we try to search for ABC again, we found that okay, ABC is again present till this point. Okay, so till this point, this ABC will be removed. After that, we will be left with DA, BA, and ABC is removed, so it will be AB BC. Okay, and now if you can see that again we ABC is here, so we will again check for it, and we again get ABC, and after removing that ABC, we will be left with only DAB, and that's how we are removing the substring part. Okay, that what that problem is saying. Remove all occurrences of a substring means this is a substring of this given string, so we have to remove all the occurrences from it in the string. Okay. After removing all the occurrences of it, we are returning the string back, like in this case. Okay. In this, if we again check for ABC, it is not equals. There is no ABC that we have found in it, so we have returned the ABC. When and this while loop will fail eventually. So because of that, but time complexity of the code is big of n cube, and it's very bad, right? We can turn it down to big of n. I think big of n code looks very familiar, right? Yesterday, what happened? You know what? Just these things happened. Like there are functions, but in the strings part there were alphabets, other things that we are new with, right? Now this will be the code for which I will write for the next problem. Okay, and I know about this code, like what's happening in this code, what is happening at every step, and the syntax of the things are like in these cases. The syntax are a little bit maybe confusing, but when I will explain that, I think that will be clear. So its name is valid anagram. Mm. It's also based on strings. Like I have picked it from ChatGPT. It was not mentioned in the lecture. Like I have picked it by own, but it is given in the list also. Don't know why. Maybe the teacher have explained that. I think she haven't explained that, just she have given in the list. So we will mark it as solved because we have done that. Okay, we will be doing that now. Valid anagram. Okay, this is a regular problem. We have given two strings S and T. Okay, this is the S string and this is the T string. We have to return true if it's a anagram of S of the S string and false otherwise. Okay, and what is an anagram? Anagram is like the characters that are present in the anagram, this as a string. Okay, it can be anagram or anything like rat or anything, but the all the characters should be present in the next the second string also. Like it doesn't matter if the order of the characters are different, but the frequency of the characters that are in this part, the first part, like the frequency of the characters in this part should be equal to frequency of the characters in this part should be equals to this part. Okay, then it will be considered a anagram. Like in this case, you can see rat and car. It was false because T was missing in this and it gave false. So for that, we will write the code. Okay, so first to the first part of the code. First we are checking if the length of S is equals not equals to length of T. Okay, if this gives true, if s dot length is not equals to t dot length, means if the number of characters present in the s string is not equals to the number of characters in the t string. Okay, so that will be false eventually. So we can use a base case for that, right? So in the step one, what we are doing is we are checking if s dot length, and you can see that there are so many new functions that we are using in string. um, Dot length is not equals to t dot length. Okay, like the number of elements characters present in the t string, right? If this gives true, we will return false immediately, that this is not a valid anagram, right? False. And this is a boolean type function, and after that we will create a frequency array now, and size of it will be 26 because there are 26 letters present in the there are 26 alphabets, right? So letters in the alphabet, so is equals to, yeah, and we will initialize all the values on every index with 0. Okay, in the first 0. Now we will use if else conditions, that if, okay, not if else condition, we will use for loops. Okay. Uh, but it before it showed me the code with the for each loop, but we can use this loop also for, okay. So first we are checking the number of frequency for each character in this. Okay, for that we are doing for I is equals to 0. Like we are traversing the whole string, whole s string, I is less than s dot length, like what we did in the problems when we were using vectors, right? In that we used nums dot size or array dot size, but here we are doing s dot length. It is similar to that. So I plus plus, we are traversing the whole string, like going on every character one by one, and here we are doing frequency. Now the syntax looks very cool. It was a Okay. Frequency s like correct index, okay, in the strings minus a, okay, minus a and plus plus. Like it will increase the counter of that index where maybe if it's d, so it will calculate for d, like d will be what? D should be, if we check for alphabets, D comes on 0 to third index, right? So D will be, D minus A will be what? Is equals to 3 minus 0, right? Because 0, A will be on the 0th index, right? So D will be on third index, and third index value is also 0 here. Like we have initialized all the values of all the index with 0. So when we will do that, after that we are doing plus plus means when we found D, suppose there is D given here, okay? Assume that D is given here. So we will increase the counter of D with, if it was 0, if D's counter was 0, then it will, when we do plus 1, then it will be equals to 1. Okay. Then again, if D have occurred after that again, then it will be 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Like we are checking the frequencies of the characters coming here, right? And first we will calculate the frequencies of that. Then we will subtract the frequencies of this in the second, from the second string. That will be like, instead of doing plus plus, we are doing minus minus. Okay, like we are removing the, like we are subtracting the frequencies that we have got after running it for the second loop, sorry, the second string. Frequency is, okay, it will be t dot current index value of t minus a, means if it was, okay, d, if d have occurred, so d minus a. Okay, first we are checking on which index d is, then we are subtracting minus 1 from it. If d was 1, then it will be 0. Okay, after subtracting 1 from it, and after that we are again running a for loop. And in this for loop we are checking, now we are checking for all the indexes of frequency. Okay, and why we have did this, because we already know that there are 26 letters in the alphabets, right? So while inside this, if frequency not equals to 0, like if maybe it will not be equals to 0, then we have to return false. In that case, when, if it will be not be equals to 0, means that is not a valid anagram, because when we will remove all the frequencies of the characters, right, then what will happen is, the thing that when d have occurred 2 times here, okay, when we will subtract the d's, the frequency of d 2 times here, then it will become 0. So when eventually all the frequencies will be 0, like all the frequencies of all the characters in this become 0, when we will use the backwards loop for all the characters of t, then all the frequencies will be 0, right? So in that case, it will be considered a valid anagram, means all the frequencies of the characters are present in the t string of, when we check for it, comparing it with s string. Okay, that's why when suppose d is present in this string, and d is, we have already the frequency of d, that d have occurred for 2 times, then we subtract d frequency 1 time. Okay, that will be the value of d, like the frequency of d it have occurred that time. Like if d have occurred 2 times, then we will subtract minus 1 from it, like because it have occurred 1 time in that t string, and if it will have occurred for the second time, then we will again subtract minus 1 from it, and it will eventually become 0. That means, okay, the number of d's present in the a string is also present in the T string. Okay, and we are doing the same for all the characters present in the anagram. And why we have initialized frequency at 26? Because we already know that there are 26 letters present in the alphabet. Okay, right? So maybe if the length is so long, like if I show you in a test case, okay, was the code is okay, and then we are returning true. If this is not false, right, means this is a valid anagram. So this was step one. Mm, Step two, and this was step three. Step four. And why I did use like Open Chat GPT again for it? Because I was also forgetting the syntax a little bit because of that. And in the starting, we will have to take the reference from that also, because there are so many new functions like this. Even you can see the syntax of it, like it is doing minus minus after this block of code, right? Like after this block, but this is very simple. Okay, this is step six, right? Step six will be uh, okay. I will name it as step five, part A, and it will be step five, part B. Okay, it will be six, it will be five, and 5A, 5B. Compiler. Nice. Okay. Function ended here, class ended here. So, um, okay. If condition frequency, then for loop ended here. This for loop ended here. This for loop ended here. Then what's the case? Mm, yeah, I will pin it. Hmm, where is the curly brace? Let's see. Nice. Yes, the curly brace is missing at the end of a function. Where is the curly brace missing? Typo. Okay. Oh, okay. There was typo. It's not length. Length. Condition. Frequency index value. Yeah. It will be index value. Because we are traversing the frequencies array, right? Like we have created an array. We are traversing all the indexes of it. And oh, man. Then we are returning false if frequency is not equals to zero. And we are checking for every index for it of it. Curly braces placement move return true outside the loop. So it only runs after all checks are done. Add the final closing disk properly. Was after the for loop in the step 5. Okay, in this case, from where came, but why, man? Like, why after the okay, after the for loop, we use that because we are using curly braces for if, or it was just it slipped from my eye, right? Now I will show you the test case where can be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, Z, right? Like this contains all the alphabets. Okay, I will copy it again, moving the strings, double quotes. When we will write it, I think it should run, right? And you can it's giving false. Okay, because of the frequency of this, right? Okay, wait. We'll have to fix this in the case for Z. Or like the frequency of the characters should match from this in this, right? And if mm, now it will give true. What's this? Bit of fleet code. Okay, we will see that later. And I think the time complexity will be less in this compared to what we mm, okay, because we are using s.length and t.length just for one time, and we are using just for loops. I think time complexity will be big of n. Um, what will be the time complexity? I think it's big of n. Okay, yeah, it is big of n. It is saying so. We were right. Okay, this is just a constant times check. Why I'm checking this again and again because okay, we already know about the vector things like in which we were able to assume the time complexity of the codes, right? But in this, there are some new functions. We don't know the in which time complexity they runs. So that's why we are also focusing on the time complexity of a specific block of code, or maybe like the function, like how much time complexity it runs in, right? Like earlier, it was just of earlier it was the case of just we are changing the variable names. We have to take those things in mind. But here the functions name have also changed, just not the variable names. And also we are now shifted from strings to vectors to strings. Okay, this was not that difficult, but you can see the code is a little bit longer, right? Wait, is this the optimize code for it, and I think it will be the optimized code for it. Yeah. And soon I think we will be using unordered map, because there will be some cases where we have to compare character also and integer values also. I think that will be in that case when we will check for a valid anagram and some other problems. Like I think in this case, or maybe other type of problems. If I see this, oh, it is paid, man. Find anagram mappings. Is it available on other platforms? Find anagram mappings. Algo master. Okay, now I think I can open the chat GPT. Okay, so here we are using this for length check. Here this is the frequency of the here this is the frequency array in which we have initialized all the indexes value with 0. This is doing increasing the count of s, like the value on which maybe a specific character is present. We are increasing the counter of it when every time this is true, like that condition will be true. Uh, okay, the conditions will be true for every character. There will be no true false in this. Just we are checking the frequency of all the characters present in the string, given string s, the first string. Okay, in the step 4 we are subtracting the values. If I show you, we are decreasing the count of frequency of the characters. Okay, after that we are checking all the boxes, like we are going on every index of frequency and checking if it's equals to 0 or not. If it's not equals to 0, then we will return false, means okay, the values haven't matched and the characters are not matching, and like there is frequency of that present. Oh, this feature is not available in the mobile phone, like I can go on a certain part of the chat, and in the end, if all the frequencies are 0, then we are returning true. Okay, and you can even see, like if we are comparing string functions with vector functions. You can see for size we use size, for empty we use empty. If we want to push back, like add new element, we can add that. Remove last, we can pop back front first element, back last element. Clear to use to remove all element, or access for accessing any element. We can use both of these are same. Then say a string is basically a vector of characters. Okay, we can say that it is a vector of characters. Okay, not vector of integers, right? That's why most of the common functions are exactly the same. The main difference is that strings also have some text specific functions, like we can use find, or we can use substring, okay, and replace, which vectors don't need. Okay, so we have solved our second new problem of today. So I will mark it as solved, right? We can mark it as solved. Second, and I think now I'm getting a little bit comfortable with strings. Second new problem. Solved. Name was valid anagram, but I think in the starting I will have to see some codes, because this was not explained by the teacher, right? I tried to understand it by own, like what is happening in the code, what is given, what we have to do. Like I was getting stuck at this point, like what is happening in this part and how we are increasing the frequencies of going in on certain indexes, right? But after that, I continued the chat for a long, and I got to know, okay, this is the thing. These are all the things. Okay. So I think we will be. So the second revisit is, sorry, the second new problem is done. Now I think should we wait? It is already okay, man. We are not out of time, but I think if I just revisit the third new problem, sorry, third problem of today, then I think after that I am in a condition to end the stream, right? Like even if the stream timing is less, the duration is there less, is I think it's fine for us. In that time, after ending the stream, I can focus on understanding a topic in a much detailed way, right? Like it is the purpose of this. Just we don't have to just solve a bunch of problems just in a blind way, right? Okay, so this is done now. We will start the third revisit of today. That was sum of two integers. In that, we did use binary, sorry, bit manipulation. And maybe if time will allow, I will try to pick another problem. Maybe not based on strings, right? But I think I can mark it as solved here. Okay, we have done 10% of progress, 10.4%. Uh, reverts words in a string. Maybe, but it is coming in the next lecture. Maybe I should not pick that. Or let's see. Permutation in string. With these type of questions will also come. And in permutation in string, um, like the code we used for this problem, the valid anagram, we will be using a little bit similar code for that. Just I think I've seen that we will use a sliding window approach in that, like a little bit different from what we used in valid anagram. If I try and see the code, okay. But ChatGPT has said me to not do this right now, right? Maybe I should ask it. Should I solve this problem? Name is reverts in a string now, or it can take time. In the right now, I am right now I'm in the I'm doing live stream and was thinking to pick a third problem. The target problems are already done. Just tell me if it uh, it will not take that much time. But I would skip it. Okay, it's saying that we should skip for it to say, not because it's hard, but it can unexpectedly consume. Okay. Oh, this is already done. This is the length of last word. Maybe we can use this. Like in we can do this problem. Length of last word. Don't do it reverse strings for save it for tomorrow or okay. Yeah, I think we can do it tomorrow because there are not so much lectures in between. Just Okay, but yeah, permutation string is after that, and after that reverse words in a string. But I think I can handle that, right? And I think strings will go in a faster way compared to what it did took in the binary search part, right? But I am thinking to solve a good number of problems in string also. Okay, what about this? You said that we can do it in less time. Length of last word. Oh, okay. So length of last word is the much better choice. So this easy to understand pure string is so no STL functions required, no frequency array. Okay, that we used in remove all occurrences, right? Not remove all occurrences, it was valid anagram. No sliding window, usually 10 to 15 minutes if you think calmly. The intuition is, example is hello world, answer is 5. Because world has 5, okay. Name is length of last word, okay. So we have to return the length of the last word. Example, fly to the moon. So moon, there are 4 characters present in the moon, the word moon, last word moon. Okay, what will you practice? S dot length string indexing, traversing from the and handling spaces, no complicated algorithms. Okay, length of last word, we can pick this problem. Okay, and now we are going against our roadmap. Just I want to see if the number of problems is updated here. So length of last word. Just wait. Wait. Mm. Okay, fine. I was just checking some messages on my WhatsApp. Like I was checking for the replies of that guy which I was talking about. He's my new batchmate. I think he's a very pro level guy. Given string consisting of word spaces, return the length of the last word. Word is a maximal substring consisting of characters only. So maybe we can find. Okay, if I do s dot find, but last how we will go in the last word. Okay, it is saying that substring. How we can do that? Maybe we can pass n minus 1 in the substring. How we can do that? Will we be using subs like how n minus 1 or any other function? Tell me. Now I will. I think I will in a mode of learning in the life, right? So okay, good for station because okay, just you have to see the intuition. The last word length 5. Approach I minus s dot length minus 1. I is equals to s dot length. Okay, start in the last, right? Because we want the last word. Oh, if there are spaces in the end, so we will skip those spaces till we are getting spaces. We are doing I minus minus. Step 3. Now I have come on the last character. Now we are starting the count plus plus till character is not in space, and after when there is a space in between, we will now we get the space stop return count. Okay, functions just s dot length. While if I minus 1, no find no reverse. Okay, this is the code. hint. Okay, skeleton. Skip. Okay. So integer, right? It was an integer. Yeah. We are traversing it backwards, and maybe there will be some spaces in between. So for skipping trailing spaces, so how we can do that is um, but how we will skip spaces. Oh, yeah, what we can do that is if mm, s dot I is not mm, wait, I will ask from it. The syntax is while I is more than equals to 0 and s index is equals to space. Okay, then we will see it. Okay, for skipping that, we can use this syntax while okay, while index is more than equals to 0 means we are going till the first value of the array, right? 0 and then s is index is equals to empty space. Like this is counted as empty space in between string. If that's true, we are doing I minus minus, right? Every time this is true, then in the loop second, here, and it's not equals to empty space, right? Then we are doing this. Even I think I can copy this. There's a while loop. If this is the case, then in that case, we will create a variable count, initialize it with 0, and every time this is true, so count plus plus. In the end, we will return count, right? But it is not accepted. Why? Literal string warning result of comparison against any literal using an explicit string comparison function instead. Okay, wait. There is something wrong. Is equals to. Oh, sorry. We are comparing characters, right? Like we are checking for characters. If it's so for single characters, we use single quotes, right? And here count plus plus runtime error overflow count plus 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 one can't be represented in type. Okay. Hmm. It's giving overflow. There are two mistakes. S index is a character. Okay. It's not an index. Oh, what? Okay, if it's a valid index or not. While okay, in this part, yeah, if index, right, this will be index because we are checking for index if till index is not equals to 0, right? It was right. Then I will close this for now. Then mistakes 2 is this in the loop. Oh yeah. So that eventually we check for all the values of y, right? It's accepted now. I can submit it. Hmm. The problem was not that difficult. All you have seen, but the code syntax is somewhat like we get stuck into it when we start learning about string. I think maybe this is the case with me, but I think this will be the case with all the other people, right? It's just not with me. Okay, but we have done the third new problem of today, and the third new problem that we did solve is also using strings, right? Like it's also based on strings. Third new problem. Solve. And I think the time complexity of the code will be big of n because we did traversing the whole array, right? So we see length of last word. Okay, man, we do have to revisit the third problem, right? Oh, I forget about that, man. But okay, keeping that in mind, I will think this problem is done for now. So what we are doing in this for checking the length of the last word, what we are doing, we just traversing the array backwards from the last index of the string which is given, and we are skipping spaces. Okay, first we are skipping spaces, and what? First we are skipping those spaces after the last word. Okay, maybe there are spaces after the last word, and we have taken account for checking the number of characters present in the last word. Okay, and here while I is less than equals to 0 means in both of the cases I is going till the very first index, okay, for checking the first last word. And in the first condition we check, we skip spaces, okay, and the second condition we are checking if s index not equals to space, okay, means if after suppose we are traversing this word, okay, we are on this index, the where word is present, this character is present, when there will be spaces in between, then this condition will fail and we will be out of this while loop also, and in the end we are returning the count of the like the number of characters present in the last word. Okay, that's what we are doing in this problem. So if I check for hello world, um, okay, I will write my name. Oh man, why am I the camera? Right, it was not to be before. It was like it was just the display was a little bit tilt over, I think. So now I think it's fine. This is how we are doing this. Okay, it's a little bit more than required. Okay, now it's fine. I think this is the fine position for this. Now I think we can start the third revisit of today. We have done this with this problem. Okay, time complexity I've already told you about, and even if I ask for from it, time complexity will be bigger 10, right? Just tell me in one word. Yes. Oh, that's why I love ChatGPT, man. This is the okay. Okay, we can close this all. Maybe this problem is also present in this. Try to see reverse was. I don't know why this problem is again being done in the part 2 of strings. Common prefix. Okay, this is not present here. So we can't mark that as solved. Median of two comma solved. Okay. Now I will start the second revisit of today. That will be sum of two integers. Okay. In this case, I think ChatGPT will better try to explain me what we are doing here, right? We did understand it yesterday, like how we add two integers, but it was not that clear like how the carry function is working. And explain me this code. I wrote it for adding two integers, just unable to understand what's happening. Like in the carry part or take answer part. I think ChatGPT is better than Copilot, right? In these cases, step one, Zor gives sum without carry. See, Zor gives sum without carry. Like here we are doing Zor of A with B, right? So he's telling to see this table. So A is this, and we are taking Zor after taking Zor. 6 is left, right? We are left with the value 6. Notice last notice last row, 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is equals to 10. But Zor only gives 0. Means Zor says that I will give the answer, but you okay, you take care of the carry. That's why it gives okay. After doing this, there only it gives the partial answer. Now step two is this and find where carry is generated. Okay, so again table. So it is 0 0 1. Okay, now we are taking same values, right? Like it was 5 and 3. Then we get when both bits are 1, then it generates carry. Example 101 1. Okay, where both the values are 1, right? That's why A and B gives us carry positions. Carry, yeah. Why we do like carry in the left? Because in the school time, in the schools we also did the carry, like shift the carry to the left, right? Like if we are on this index, we shift the carry in the next column, or if we are on the second on the middle column, we shift it to the very first column. Like you can see it is saying that right column, right? And this is also happening in the computers. Carry is equals to and A and with B. Left shift 1 means we have to carry that in the right side, right? So example A is equals to this 5 and 3 and is equals to 0 0 1. This carry actually tells that we have to go on the next bit, and now it has become 0 0 1 0 and it is equals to 2. Now carry is on the right position, dry run. let's add 5 plus 3. So 5 in binary in the first iteration. First we will do carry. Carry is become this. Left shift will shift this to the next column and it will become 2. The value will become 2. This is represented as like 2 is represented as this value in binary. So carry is equals to this. We are carrying 2. Now XOR. Uh, 5 with 3 is equals to 6. Right. So 6 and B is equals to carry. Notice answer is 6 for now. Original answer should be 8. Now it is left carry to be added. Second iteration now. A is this and B is 2, right? A is 5 and B is 2. Now carry this is done. Okay, left shift now. It is 3, right? 0 1 0 0. If I see 0 0 1 1, okay. Now okay, it is equals to 4. B is also equals to 4. Again, answer is wrong. Carry is still pending. So in the third iteration, carry has become this 4 XOR with 4 with 4. Left shift like 4 is we are doing AND of 4 with 4 and in the answer we get 4. Left shift it becomes this value and I think this is equals to 8 in binary. Now after carrying we doing XOR of A with B. Okay, 0 100 and okay 4 XOR with 4 is equals to 0. Now A is equals to 0 and B is 0, like we gave the value of B to is equals to 8. Fourth iteration carry is 0. XOR with okay, now it will be 0. No carry. XOR equals to 0 0 0 0. XOR with B which was 1000. Now A is equals to this and B is equals to this because we are taking A XOR of A with B. So loop stops because while B is not equals to 0, it have become false after this. So we are returning 8 and 8 is the correct answer. There are two operations happening in every iteration. Like how much part of the answer can be create that using A XOR with B. And the carry which is left, we can add that in the next iteration. And there will be a time when there will be no carry left. Then addition completes. So in the first, we do A XOR with B. Or first we do A and with B. First we calculate A and B, then we calculate XOR of A with B. The reason is simple. After I do the original value of A is gone, okay. But the carry must be calculated using the original values both A and B. That's why the code is unsigned using original and B, sum without carry. Add carry in the next iteration, okay. After we do this, then B is updated, B is equals to carry. Again we check for it. Think of it like original and B, A and B carry partial sum. Both operations use the original term. So the order in the code matters because A gets modified after XOR. Yeah, because we lose the original value of A, right? So first we use original A and B. So first we do A and B, and after that A XOR with B, and B is equals to carry. After that, and again in the next iteration we do A and with B. Yeah. find carry, sum without carry. Carry becomes the new number to be added. Then again and again till there is no value left in the carry to be added in the sum, right? That's how we get 8 in the answer. So this is the code for it. While b is not equals to 0, unsigned carry means what is mm, what is meant by unsigned? But we had oh yeah, the variable can store non-negative values, 0 and positive numbers. Yeah. Suppose the carry reaches the most significant bit. If you left shift or signed integer and the sign bit is involved, the behavior can become problematic or undefined in C++. Okay. So that it should not go till that point, right? Like maybe all the bits after that is 0, and in that there is only one bit left. That's a most significant bit. And if we also lose that, then maybe the value will be in goes in negative, and that will ruin the code. For that, we do use unsigned to avoid getting into negative values. And okay, unsigned means no negative numbers, and in this algorithm it's used to left shift reverse safely as bit manipulation operation even when the highest bit is involved. Okay, and after that we are doing a and with b to get the partial sum. Okay, partial sum. Find carry. Okay, it will be find carry, not partial sum will be a, right? Find carry sum. This is the updated carry. Carry becomes the new number to add. Um, Carry becomes the new number to add. And I forget to do the dry run of it in the notebook, but now I now have the notebook with me. So after the stream, I think I can do the dry run of it. And also in the chat GPT is given, but I think it's better to do the dry run by own, like what's happening in every iteration, right? Like and is doing 5 minus 3, right? And is doing 5 minus 3, right? No, this is doing addition or subtraction. Wait. I'm talking about only and part. No, the operator has nothing to do with subtraction and is a bitwise AND operator. 5 now do. The rule is very simple. So and just find the position where both bits are those are certainly position where carry is involved there. So no, suppose if we were just doing simple A and B, 5 and 3. Okay, yes, if you're only doing, then it will be 1, right? Not 5 minus 3. Okay, the operator compares each bit. Okay, We got it. If both the conditions are true means one, then it gives one. Okay. Well, this is the condition of AND gate. If we see about AND gate, or if we see about XOR, like OR, in which there if one bit is different, like 0 and 1 or 1 or 0, or if even it is 1 or 1, then it returns true. If it is 0 and 0, then it returns 0. Both must be 1, at least 1 for OR gate, and for XOR gate exactly 1 is 1, different bits. Okay. So I think I can submit it, right? And the third revisit is done. And time complexity of the code of this was equals to big of n. Third problem revisited. Like these are the problems that were outside of our topics. Like these were some random problems that I've chose to solve sum of two integers. But maybe in the future time, like in the next lectures, maybe this problem will come, or maybe bit manipulation will be used in different way. Then I think we will understand about that. But this is not that much difficult to understand about, right? Just it looks a little bit different when we do the dry run or write the code for it, and like how the code is working compared to simple mathematics, like how the computer understands the code for this type of problem. The time complexity, I can ask for making sure that it's the right time complexity. Mm, Time complexity. Tell me in one word. I think it's big of n. Numbers. Okay, it's big of 1 because the loop runs about 32 iterations. In terms of bits, n big of 1. So the introduce a LeetCode. Okay, tell me the time complexity of the code we wrote. Big of, okay, long at about 64 iterations. General case and number bit numbers. So this tell me clearly just for this code. Time complexity big of 1. Okay. Time complexity of the code of this will be big of 1. If I summarize what we did in today's stream was, okay, we didn't took that much time to do the things, but we started a little bit late, and because of that, the time is happening like this. But we did uh, we again did gone against our roadmap and solved uh, 3 new problems instead of, like, we were supposed to solve 2 new problems today, but we did the third one also. So what we did in today's stream, we first revisited our first two problems. That was first was valid palindrome. We did it, and its time complexity was equals to big of big of n, right? Yeah, time complexity was equals to big of n. Then after that, we did our second new problem that was reverse. We revisited our second new problem that was reverse integer. Time complexity was equals to big of n. In that we didn't. It was not based on strings, but after that, what we did, we solved our three new problems of today. The first one was remove all occurrences of a substring. Okay, this was the first problem that we did solve, and its time complexity was equals to big of n cube, because I think we use functions, but they are creating like making the code run big of n cube times. Okay, so it was equals to big of n cube, and it was a medium level problem that we did. And the second new problem that I did was valid anagram, and in this, time complexity was equals to big of n, because we just use for loops here, and this function runs in constant time in this code. Okay, then after that we did our third new problem of today. Name was length of last word, going out against our roadmap uh, for today. And like we are supposed to solve two new problems, but instead of that we solved three new problems. So it was length of last word, and its time complexity was equals to big of n, right? Like Chat GPT also told me about that, its time complexity was equals to big of n. Okay, and after that I did revisit our third problem. After solving three new problems, I did revisit the third problem. Like I planned it to revisit in the last of the stream, and I did it. And yeah, the second and third new problem that we did solve was, both of those were easy level problem. And in this, the third revisit, sum of two integers problem, we did it in time complexity was equals to big of 1, means constant time complexity. So if I again summarize it, we did revisited three problems and solved the three new problems. And inside that, the first new problem was medium level, and the other two problems were easy level problem that we did solve. First, I will refresh the code profile and see if the number of problems that we have done is updated or not. But I think today, the way we like getting into the strings part, like the questions we solved about strings, was in a very good way. And I think compared to yesterday or the previous day when we started the strings part, like the strings topic, it is more better than that. I think it was a little bit smoother also. Not, I will say that uh, top-notch level smoother, but it was a bit smoother than if we compare from previous streams, right? It's updated now. Mm. So if I again re-summarize it, it's time we did revisited three new problems today and solved. We did revisited three problems, and after that we solved the three new problems today, and going against our roadmap, which we were supposed to solve only two new problems today. So for now, you all can like the stream, and if you feel that you have learned something from the stream, you can, or you feel that okay, this guy is teaching something good and we are learning something from him, or okay, we are getting to know something from him, or we are getting some valuable information, then you can consider subscribing to the channel only after that. Okay, I will recommend that you should subscribe to the channel only after that. Not, don't just go and subscribe to my channel directly after just seeing me on the live, and I say that okay, go man, and go all of the viewers go and subscribe to the channel, right? It is not right. So you can consider to the subscribing the channel after you feel that okay, this guy is teaching something good, or yeah, we are getting some value from him, then you can consider subscribing. But for now, I will highly recommend all of you to join the Discord server. There you can share your daily progress, like what you are doing on a daily basis, or maybe you are working on a part of a project, you can share it, or maybe you have completed a project, you can share that also. And like it's like an ecosystem. I'm trying to create a community of good people who help each other grow together, right? I'm trying to create that community of good people here. And now the number of members, I think the number of members have increased from 90. It is around 28 now. So the number of members, I like there are so many other members in the stream, like all like us. Like some of them are from like every one of them are from different states of the country, right? And they're in different, they're on different levels, like in their colleges. Some of them are in third year or fourth year, or some of them are preparing for interviews, or some of them have cracked interviews and have other things. So like this is a type of ecosystem that I'm trying to create. So I will highly recommend all of you to join the Discord server. Okay, and please to give reviews in the comment section also. Like what things should I improve? What new things should I come up with? Should I change my explanation style, or should I add something new, or should I make some changes in my approach? Right? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I may be going in the wrong way, or I think should I add something new in when I try to solve a new problem, right? So you can tell me about that also. And in the end, I will say that, and why I was recommending you all of you to subscribe to the channel when you feel that okay, this guy is teaching something good, or we are learning something from him, so that when I will be live again, I will be doing live again, or maybe upload some new video, then you will get notification in your home feed or notification section that I'm live, and you can come again and you can see me. You can watch me solving these problems or getting failed again and again and coming back, getting up after that and try to solve the problem again after that, right? In a repeated manner. And in that, I will say that till then, all you all have to just keep learning. But there was also a thing that today's stream length was also not that long, right? But we did solve 3 new problems. Even if I have used ChatGPT like to see the code because it was necessary, because we didn't know about the syntaxes, right? We are just not familiar with the new syntaxes of it. Like what we did in arrays problem, first I think when I started the arrays or vectors, I used to visit Copilot mode instead of just writing the code by myself. But after a certain amount of time, I got to know about okay, I can write the code, and I was able to do that. Like it was stored in my memory, right? That was the thing. So I think that will that same thing will happen with strings with time. Okay, I think we will be having a strong grip over that in the next few days. So in that, I will say that you all have to just keep learning and keep exploring new things. And in that, I will say that the last thing was you all have to keep grinding. Okay, all just you have all have to just keep grinding, man. Just go ahead, keep grinding. Okay, there is no other option. Just all we need to have is to take actions, right? Like right actions is needed to be taken at the right time, so that right things will happen at the right time, like that at the required time. So just keep grinding, okay?